Hello, today is September the 4th. We're going to go down here and click on September the 4th. This video will be placed right here. Please don't forget to take your attendance. Students will examine and solve word problems is today's goal. What's an owl's favorite subject? Algebra. Honesty and integrity are absolutely essential for success in life, all areas of life. The really good news is that anyone can develop both honesty and integrity. Here's today's assignment. It's very short. There's some review questions and about four or five word problems. We're going to take a look at a quick video explaining how to do a couple word problems that are similar to problems that are on your assignment today. Hello, today we're going to take a look at story problems and how to do a story problem. So the first thing is pretty basic. You're going to read the entire story problem. So it says, Mrs. McCullough and her husband went to the state fair on Sunday. It cost $13 per person to get in and another $8 to park their car. Mr. McCullough had two donut burgers that cost $10 each. Mrs. McCullough brought $60 with her. If she paid for everything, how much money does she have left? So you've read the problem. The next thing is you want to identify the question. The question is down here. So Mrs. McCullough brought $60 with her. If she paid for everything, how much money does she have left? So the word left indicates that you're going to do subtraction at some point in time. So the way I like to look at this is that I like to know the important things in there. So she had $60, right? That's important. It costs $13 per person. It's $8 to park their car. And it's $10 each. Right? Those are all the important things in there. And so here's how I would do this problem. So she has $60. She spent $13 for herself to get in. She spent $13 for her husband to get in. They spent $8 to park their car. Mr. McCullough had two hamburgers. So you'll notice that we have 60 minus 13 minus 13 minus 8 minus 10 minus 10. Now, to me, that's the easiest way to do this problem is just to go through and write down each individual thing she's spent, bought, paid for. There are other ways to do this problem. Some of you might have done this problem going 60 minus, in parentheses, 2 times 13 minus 8 minus 2 times 10, which will get you the exact same answer. There's other ways to do it, but we're going to focus on this way. I think it's the easiest. So 60 minus 13 minus 13 minus 8 minus 10 minus 10. Just pull up your calculator. You're going to type it in just like that. 60 minus 13 minus 13 minus 8 minus 10 minus 10. She has $6 left. So you might write Mrs. McCullough has $6 left. Now, if it's just the enter the number type question, which most of these will be, you'll just put the number 6 with the dollar sign. The next type of problem is a little bit more difficult of a problem, but it's very doable. You have to break it down in small steps. So first thing you do is you still read the problem. A bucket that is 12 inches tall holds 220 ounces of water. The bucket has a small hole and loses a half ounce of water every second. How many seconds will the bucket be for a fistful? So there's a couple things you got to know in here. You got to know how much water it loses before you can determine how many seconds it takes. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take 220 and multiply it by 4/5. So we can do that in a calculator. So we'll go 220 times 4/5. Remember that fractions are just division, so 176 is what I get for that. 176. And so now that I know how much water's left in the bucket, I can figure out how much drained out. So then the next part would be to do 220 minus 176. That, and I'm going to do in the calculator too, 220 minus 176 equals 44. So 44. So it lost 44 ounces. Now I know how much water was lost. I can figure out how many seconds. Well, it loses a half an ounce per second. So I can take 44 and divide that by 1/2. I'm going to use the calculator too, but you also might remember that for fractions, you're going to keep the first one, change it to multiplication, and flip the fraction, which 2/1 is just simply 2. But we can enter division into the fraction. So we're going to do 44 divided by 1/2. And I get the number 88. And so 88. If you did keep, change, flip, you should still do 44 times 2, which still gives me 88. So my answer for this problem is 88 seconds. Most of math, whether it's story problems or equations, is just taking your time and doing them step by step.